Good morning, everyone. I'm Danae, and today I'm with Angel. Angel, I heard from a little friend of mine that you are starting a podcast. Can you tell me about that, please?
So the name of the podcast is called The Quorum's Dilemma, and the idea of why I wanted to make the podcast was to bring about an awareness of how people perceive controversial ideas or thoughts, debates that could be going on, not just locally, but society-wise. When I see people argue or conversate about something they're passionate about, it's good to argue to an extent. Arguing is a way to exchange back and forth information. But sometimes when I see people arguing, I feel like it's more biased. And so what I'd like to do is with this podcast is to bring an unbiased perspective on those issues. And with those perspectives, I then bring the reality, the left and right. And I wish to teach people that open mind, the middle ground of how you can perceive something without having to seem rash or to be educated in just many things.
So where did you get this first idea, and where did it come from?
This idea, it first started out with the stereotypes of a lot of things. You can look at something people are quick to believe from like their best friend, or they'll look at some information, they'll think it's true, but do you ever really go and fact check it? Do you really go and believe every word it says?
Right. So with this podcast, what do you hope to achieve?
I'd like to bring about a new generation of open-minded people. And with that, I hope that it can grow. It can help people make more educated decisions. It can help people think in a different perspective. Instead of just single-mindedness, I'd like them to think, okay, well, let's just say I'm having a conversation with you. You might be saying something that I can't see, or I may be saying that you can't see. And those different perspectives is what we can exchange back and forth and teach each other. And that's what I believe the uniqueness of diversity. We all have different mindsets, but with that, we have to be able to learn how to express those, and we have to also learn how to engage with those and learn with our own mindset.
So you want people to, like, if they're arguing or like debating about something, you want them to also see the other person's side and not just their side.
Yes, that's a part of it. That's a big part.
Well, I really hope that your podcast booms and gets really famous, because I really think that that's a great idea.
I will say that there is difficulty with it. It's, I would more accurately, I put it's slow. Not only as myself, I have to gauge with audience and learn, okay, what is something that you wish to be seen, not just from a different perspective, but from that middle ground. I also have to find inspiration. It's kind of like writing a book. You can't all have it all done in one day.
Right.
You have to go out and engage with the audience and learn and dabble with both perspectives. It's something controversial, politically, ethical. I'd like to bring different topics, unique, and some people might even think about. Racism, sexuality, gender, and it's not just that, but one of the things I'm thinking is, are humans invasive species? Do you ever think about that? And it's not something we think about. We think of other animals being invasive species, but we never think about humans. And that's just one example. But I don't want to ramble on and just kind of throw it.
So where can we find your podcast?
You can find it on Spotify. I believe it's also available on Google Podcasts as well. Hopefully in the future, I'm able to make it available on Apple Podcasts.
Okay, thank you so much.
Thank you.